Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), has been a central figure in Nigeria's political and legal landscape, especially regarding his activism for Biafran independence. His legal struggles with the Nigerian government has been ongoing, with significant controversies surrounding his detention and treatment by the Department of State Services (DSS). Here is a deeper look into his case and recent developments. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was initially detained in 2015 on charges of treason, incitement, and terrorism due to his vocal advocacy for an independent Biafra. His detention has led to national and international scrutiny, with claims that his rights have been violated through extended detention without fair trial and limited access to legal counsel and healthcare. In recent years, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fled Nigeria but was later rearrested in 2021 under controversial circumstances. Since then, he has been held in DSS custody, facing multiple charges, with his legal team and supporters arguing for his release on grounds of health and human rights violation. The recent ruling marks a positive shift for Nnamdi Kanu. The court granted him the right to access medical treatment and allow his legal team direct access to him, which had previously been restricted by the DSS. Nnamdi Kanu's health has reportedly declined while in detention, with his legal team and family raising alarm about the DSS denying him necessary medical care. The court decision to allow him medical treatment highlights the legal acknowledgement of his deteriorating health condition and represents a step towards safeguarding his right as a detainee. The DSS previously restricted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's access to his lawyers, complicating his ability to adequately prepare his defense and communicate with his legal team. This ruling restores his right to consult with his legal counsel, which is crucial given the complexity of the charges he's facing and the high-profile nature of his case. This ruling sets a precedent for upholding detainees' rights in Nigeria, particularly for those facing charges related to political dissent. It signals a recognition by the judiciary that even high-profile detainees have the right to fair legal process, healthcare, and due process. In reaction to the ruling, the DSS has reportedly filed new charges against Nnamdi Kanu, a tactic that some interpret as an attempt to prolong his detention and limit the impact of favorable rulings. This maneuver may indicate the government's ongoing strategy to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu detained under evolving charges despite legal challenges. Such actions have often been viewed as an attempt to suppress pro-Biafran sentiments, which the Nigerian government consider as a threat to national unity and security. This case is crucial not just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but also for Nigeria's approach to addressing political dissent. Nnamdi Kanu's detention has sparked protests domestically and concerns internationally about Nigeria's commitment to human rights and rule of law. The ruling in Kanu's favor can be seen as a small victory for his supporters, though the continued resistance by the DSS underscores the complex high-stake nature of his case and the Nigerian government stance on secessionist movements in Nigeria. The outcome of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case could have lasting impacts on political activism government accountability, and minority rights in Nigeria. The international attention on Nnamdi Kanu's treatment also reflects the broader geopolitical interest in Nigeria's handling of internal conflict and ethnic tensions. The next stages in Nnamdi Kanu's legal journey will be closely watched, especially given the DSS apparent reluctance to fully comply with favorable rulings. It all starts with one man, a great man, an Iroko named Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has become a well-known figure in Nigerian politics. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, a group that has long dreamed of establishing Biafra, a separate state for the Igbo people in southeastern Nigeria. To his supporters, he is a hero standing up for their rights and dreams. To others, he is a troublemaker challenging the unity of Nigeria. This clash between Nnamdi Kanu's vision and the Nigerian government's insistence on unity has led to years of legal battles, political drama, and news headlines. In 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was first arrested by the Nigerian government. They accused him of treason, terrorism, and inciting violence through his cause for Biafra independence. The charges were serious and he was thrown into detention, where he remained for a long time without a fair trial. People all over the world, including human rights groups, began to criticize Nigeria's treatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calling it unjust and demanding his release. For Nnamdi Kanu supporters, this wasn't just a legal battle, it was a fight for justice, for freedom, and for the right to speak up. Eventually, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu managed to leave Nigeria, but the escape didn't last. In 2021, he was rearrested under circumstances that remains mysterious and controversial. Many questions swirled about how he was brought back and whether it was legal. After his rearrest, he was placed under the watchful eyes of the Department of State Services (DSS), Nigeria's security agencies. There in DSS custody, Nnamdi Kanu's fate seemed to hang up in the balance as he faced new charges piled on top of the old ones. Over time, Nnamdi Kanu's health became a concern. His family and legal team raised alarms, claiming that the DSS wasn't providing the medical care he needed. According to them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health was worsening and he was not even allowed proper access to his lawyers. Being stuck in such conditions only added to his frustrations and the anger of his supporters. Now let's fast forward to the latest court ruling, a major moment in this ongoing saga. Recently, the court ruled in Nnamdi Kanu's favor on two important matters. He should be allowed access to medical treatment and his legal team should be able to meet with him freely and whenever they want. For Nnamdi Kanu, this was a small victory, but it means a lot. The court acknowledged that his health was a priority even as a detainee. It also recognized that he had the right to consult with his lawyers, a critical part of preparing his defense, especially given how complicated his case had become. This ruling wasn't just about Nnamdi Kanu, it was a significant statement on detainees' rights in Nigeria. It highlighted that every detainee, no matter their charges, deserves fair treatment, access healthcare, and the right to legal counsel. For many Nigerians, this ruling felt like a step in the right direction, a message that political prisoners and activists cannot be denied their basic rights. However, the DSS didn't take this court decision lightly. Rather than fully accept it, they responded by filing new charges against Nnamdi Kanu. To some, this seems like a way to keep him locked up, delaying his release even after the court's favorable ruling. The DSS action sparked debates about whether these charges were genuine or just a tactic to buy time, perhaps even an attempt to silence Nnamdi Kanu's voice and the pro-Biafran movement he represents. For the Nigerian government, Nnamdi Kanu activism has always been a thorny issue to them. The idea of Biafra strikes a sensitive chord as it challenges Nigeria's unity, something the government fiercely defends. The pro-Biafra movement reminds the government of the painful Biafra War in the 1960s, a conflict that cost millions of lives and left deep scars in the country's history. So from the government's perspective, Nnamdi Kanu's call for independence are more than just words. They are seen as a threat to national security and unity. On the other hand, Nnamdi Kanu supporters see things differently. To them, his struggle represents the plight of the Igbo people and the need for freedom and respect. They argue that he is not a terrorist nor a criminal, but a voice for people who feel marginalized. This court ruling to them feels like justice being served, even if only in small steps. Looking at the bigger picture, this ruling in Nnamdi Kanu's favor brings up important questions about human rights in Nigeria. It brings to light the issues of surrounding the treatment of political prisoners, the limit of free speech, and the respect for minority voices in the country. Many believe that this case could influence how Nigerians handle political dissent in the future. Globally, Nnamdi Kanu's case has attracted attention as well. Countries and international human rights organizations are watching Nigeria closely, assessing its commitment to justice, human rights, and democracy. The world's eyes are on the Nigerian government handling of this case, making it not just a domestic issue, but also a matter of international interest. So as Nnamdi Kanu's legal journey continues, people are very eager to see how things unfold. The court decision may be a small victory for Nnamdi Kanu and his supporters, but the DSS reluctance to comply fully shows that the path forward remains challenging. Whatever the outcome, this case will likely leave a lasting impact on Nigeria's political landscape, affecting not only Nnamdi Kanu's life, but also the future of political activism, government accountability, and minority rights in the country. This is the end of our news update. I hope you loved the video. If you do, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos. If you look at the top right corner of the screen, you will see a thumbnail. Click on it and watch my next video, and you will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.